Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with episode number 3 of the FIFA 23 career mode with Crystal Palace. We are taking a long trip up north to take on Newcastle at St James's Park to kick today's episode off. And as you can see, a little change to the lineup. We have been struggling to score goals. I have had Edouard up top, I've had Mateta up top, AYEW up top. He seems to be the most consistent out of the three, and hopefully he can just help us progress, because I feel we've kind of stagnated a little bit this season. Obviously, we do want to get mid-table. We want to finish mid-table, get mid-table football. That doesn't make sense, but we want to kind of finish mid-table this season and progress from there. At the current rate, we're not really having enough goals from our strikers. We are relying a bit too much maybe on Zaha, on Elise, and even on Ruben Loftus-Cheek on scoring a lot of our goals. So if we can get a striker, maybe in January, we kind of try and get a bit of funds and we go into the market and get a new striker. That would be nice, as Elise rounds the keeper and the pressure just kind of gets to him there and he puts it wide. It was straight from their kickoff as well. You know, he could have had a quick fire double, but yeah, our main attacking threat this season have been Elise and Zaha, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we could maybe even switch to maybe a 4-3-3, chuck Zaha up in the centre forward position, Elise on one side, Eze on the other. That might be a pretty effective one, and it might actually help us out defensively as well with the midfield, having a midfield three. But Loftus-Cheek, as I said, an attacking threat, does actually get an assist for a Jordan Ayew goal. So, I mean, it's a difficult one because he is picking up goals, but he is also, I think he's in his 30s, his early 30s, so he is probably going to start digressing very quickly. As Elise in the box on the volley, a lovely goal, combination between our two best players from this season so far to make it 3-0 at St James's Park. A shock result, some may say, especially considering the facts this season. They didn't come out the races, you know. They have struggled in this first 45 minutes. But, you know, if I speak, I am in big trouble, as the ball falls to Bruno Guimaraes. Lovely little play between him and Murphy. Isak in the middle, holds off Mitchell brilliantly, and then Murphy is there to put the ball into the back of the net to make it 3-1. So, the dominant first half we had ended with a bit of sadness, and that kind of continued into the second half, especially here when Fofana puts the ball in the near post, and our 3-goal lead has been chopped and chopped and chopped, and that was just the one goal, and they've got half an hour to try and get one back and get a result. And even, I mean, with the Magpies, what are they called? I don't know what they're called. The Toon Army behind them, they could well and truly get a 4-3 victory here, because we have been terrible since that third goal went in. Not really doing anything to Pope. You know, he's had a pretty easy second half so far. And with 2 minutes remaining, Murphy on the ball, plays it through to Jolinton. He's quicker than Anderson. He holds him off. He's got the strength as well. Plays it to Isak. Great strike, hits the post. Anderson, I don't know what he is doing there, but unfortunately, in the process of trying to clear the ball, maybe, he actually mishits it into the back of his own net. And from 3-0 up, 45 minutes in, we are now 3-3, 90 minutes in. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe if we did have a clinical striker, we could have got more than 3 goals in that first half, and things could have gone our way. But, you know, a draw, obviously you're not going to take a draw when you're 3-0 up, but considering the result and how they played, maybe a draw would have been fair between ourselves and Newcastle in that game. But we do come into the Carabao Cup, and we are taking on Ipswich in this competition, and Zaha misses another penalty. It goes 2 penalties, and, well, I'll show you here. Zaha tucks it away. So his record, I think, is now 3 out of 6, sorry. So he continues the 50-50 record. But everyone has scored so far in this shootout until a great save. Will Hughes has to score to make us through. Didn't quite work out. Another great save from ourselves. Klein saved. We save it again. And then up final is Nathan Ferguson. All he's got to do is score. He sends the keeper the wrong way. After a flurry of good saves by the goalkeepers, I think it was 5 missed penalties or 5 saved penalties in a row. between ourselves and the Ipswich goalkeeper. But yeah, we do go through. We progress through. I'll tell you now, we're playing Liverpool in the next round, so that will probably be our final destination in the Carabao Cup. But I think the FA Cup is what we want to focus on more than the Carabao. Obviously, silverware is brilliant for us at Crystal Palace, but focus, I think, should be on the FA Cup. Obviously, they got to the semi-finals last year, so maybe going a step further this season, and then maybe next season go a step further than that and winning the whole thing. I don't see it as an impossible feat, really. I think it is pretty doable. But we do go 1-0 down here to Brentford. It is Mbemu that scores the goal off of a rebound. And it's just a continuing struggle of conceding a lot and not scoring many. And when that happens, you're going to fall down the table. You're going to potentially be in a relegation fight until you do something. So I do think that I am going to change to the 4-3-3 with Zaha, Eze and Olise up top. Just to try and get some more stabilisation in the midfield. And also our three best attackers having further up the pitch than in the 4-2-3-1. Simple, really, I think. But we are going to look to get one back here as Eze finds Olise. Looks to curl one. It is blocked. And yeah, it's difficult because they are playing they're playing a 5 at the back, basically. Or a 3 back with wing backs, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Brentford, they're a difficult one to break down. And they are very, very good going forward as well. So it's near impossible for us, basically, in this one. But Loftus-Cheek does get a hold of the ball. He does thread one through to Andre Ayew, who's already scored in the previous game. Can he score in this one? Yes, he can. That's back-to-back games with a goal. And, how can you drop him if he's scoring so many goals? It's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. It's a dilemma that we are going to have to deal with sooner rather than later, especially if this form continues and we do keep kind of dropping down the table at a pretty bad rate, as Eze tries a bit of skill, doesn't quite work out, and he does give away the ball. And there's a counter-attacking opportunity here as Wissa just skips past Wan-Bissaka, and he's just allowed to run pretty much into the box. As it falls on Mbemu, the goal scorer, he finds Ali, and Ali finds the back of the net. And just like that, we're back behind. Mbemu with a goal and an assist. And I think Wan-Bissaka should have done better on Wissa there. I allowed him to go too far, get him into the box, and then he could just easily pass it across. But 5 minutes remaining. Eze, he can either pass it across to Zaha or he can shoot himself, and he decided to go for the shot. And I wanted to do the outside of the boot shot there, but he went for a flare shot. So I'm not too sure why. Maybe it was because it was already on his stronger foot. I'm not too sure why. But we do lose that game 2-1. Should have scored with Eze. That's on me. And we just got to continue and hope that form picks up as we take on Leeds at Selhurst Park. This could either be a really good game and we could score 5, or it could be a really bad game and we could concede 5. That's just the way Leeds play. And in the current form, it's probably more likely that we concede 5 than score 5, as Somerville plays it to Bamford. Bamford plays it to Harrison, and we should probably be 1-0 down already there. Great save does help us in this one as Olise. There's 2 men in the middle, one of which is Zaha, but the cross is intercepted by Christensen, and they do get it away. Somerville on the counter-attack. He's quicker probably than our whole defence. As Rodrigo, very clinical. I think he's the top goal scorer in the Premier League so far this season in this career mode as Bamford. Skips past Gehi. First shot's blocked. Falls back to Rodrigo. And then the deflection saved back to Bamford, who bicycle kicks it into the back of the net. And it's another rebound goal conceded. We need the keeper to either palm it away from the opposition or actually catch the ball. It's a difficult one, but hopefully we can get better as Eze. Lovely bit of skill. The strike not quite the same level. And it's still 1-0 to Leeds. And it's not actually been as bad. It's not been a classic Leeds performance, this one. They have had a lot of shots, yes. But they've been pretty good defensively, which is, very, very different to Leeds. We know, they play that rock and roll kind of football. But yeah, it's a very, very difficult one because Gaita's conceding a lot. Sam Johnson's conceding a lot. Maybe we chuck Jack Butland in goal because he did have that good bit of heroics in the penalty shootout, so maybe we give him a chance if we do continue to concede a lot of goals. It's still 1-0. The final chance is going to come here to Leeds. As we look to win the ball back, doesn't quite work out. Harrison finds Forshaw. Forshaw finds Click. Click has his shot saved. And the game ends 1-0. Disappointing, yes. But it's just, that's the form we're in right now, you know. Things have to change, and they will change in the next episode for us to get back on form. Unfortunately, it's been a bit of a poor episode from ourselves, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.